It's a Monday night, and if you're listening, you're jaking off. The Jaking Off Show is brought to you by Rage, the raw emotion that can give you extra energy to go about your day. Lifting something heavy that you're struggling with? Think about an ex that did you wrong. Think about something someone said that made you feel bad. Boom! You got some power in your corner, but you gotta control it. Remember to breathe, and don't flip out on the next person that could fuck your day up so you don't stab them. The Jaking Off Show is also sponsored by weed. You can't be angry and high at the same time, so level out, raid the fridge, and do what you do best. Let's start the party. Oh, so I got my ass handed to me today. Handed to me. I haven't gotten my ass kicked in such a way in quite a while. You know, when it comes to learning something new, when it comes to learning a new discipline, whatever that may be, you're gonna fail. You're not gonna get it right the first time. You're not gonna get it right the second time, or even the third time. And then you get better. You start not to suck at the thing so much, and now it's become hit and miss. Oh, you're doing it right. Oh, you fucked up. You're doing it right, and you fucked up. And now you're gonna do it right a couple times in a row. But then your head's not in the game. You know, I don't know how to explain it. The task, whatever that is to you. But let's get a little specific here. So, I just started a new job as a sushi chef. And, I know how to boil rice. I know how to cut avocado. I know that much right from the get-go. But, rolling sushi and preparing that and making it look nice, it is a trial. I've said before that that's easy. It's really not as easy as it seems. You got to keep your head in the game. It's I've said before that it's a lot like rolling blunts, and you've met people that suck at it, that are good at it, so you designate that person. Whatever. What I'm trying to say is that I struggled a little bit today, but I've learned something about myself. Those who know me well know that I give myself too high an expectation to do something right. And I kick myself. I get disappointed in myself. And I close myself off. And, I'll even flip out from time to time. But the flipping out thing, angry white guy punching drywall, what have you, that didn't happen. So I am learning a new discipline like my life depends on it. And it kind of does, I need to keep the lights on in the apartment. So when I don't do something right, or if I make a mistake, I breathe and I try my best not to snap and or not to just give up. Came a little close to that. And the person training me has been very patient and very kind, yet stern but fair, I would say. What really helps is that she reminds me of someone that I dated. Won't name names or nothing like that, because her voice is soft and assuring, but at the same time, it's tough, like football coach tough. She puts me in my place. Which, really is a good thing. People who beat around the bush when it comes to teaching something, they wanted to stay positive, but like you gotta hit hard. So, you gotta hit a little hard. And I told her that I actually do appreciate that she's, giving me some tough love, because how the fuck else am I gonna learn? For me, if I'm the only one giving myself criticism, it's not going to work. I need someone else to tell me to my face and not be afraid. And I don't want people to be afraid. So I have to calm down, and I have to not be this, capably violent human being. It's there. I know it's there. Anger. and all that. You know, reason why I suggest rage is that I've been an angry person for, you know, a long time for many reasons. Angry at the world, angry at my upcoming, but like you can't really change that, can you? I've always been angry. So when I think about something that pisses me off, this has happened to everyone. You're mad about something, you're angry, and you notice you have some more energy. You have some more pep in your step. You have adrenaline. You know, adrenaline kicks in when you're like that angry. That energy can be summoned and controlled. And I'm trying to find a way to do that. And I'm slowly figuring it out by being in this environment of I would call it a nice restaurant, you know? A nice restaurant. So my whole demeanor and my personality somewhat has to change. So when I screw up and I get angry with myself, it is being suppressed to the best of my ability, like I've never done before. Like, nearly shaking, you know. And I'm learning to keep it put away because my life depends on it. Well, we're going a little off the deep end here. We're getting a little too deep a cut into this. You know, this is sort of like a therapy session. I don't know, because I'm really just talking to myself. And maybe anyone listening can relate to having those kinds of issues. And something else that kind of irked me, in like a joke kind of way, like, oh, that's ridiculous. Like, I'm angry about it, but it's like also funny. I don't know why I find it funny, but this restaurant, and I'm not going to get specific here, it's a nice place. It's a nice place. And they have a sushi bar. And that's where I'm at. I also see the front entrance to the door, so I see people walking in and out and all that. I don't fucking understand why you would walk into something one would call classy in like fucking sandals and board shorts and, you know, tank top. Like, you're not at the beach, man. You put on some fucking pants and some shoes, you know, and fucking look like a person that's at a nice restaurant. This guy looked like he was coming from fucking Point Doom. You know, he's looking like he was just hanging 10. You're a surfer dude type. And he's like, go home and change, man. Would you wear sandals to a nice restaurant? I fucking wouldn't. Never. I'm gonna be there a while. Look nice. There's like fucking... It's a classy place. Something about it I like, you know? It just irked me. This awkward silence has been brought to you by forgetting what I was going to talk about because I'm stoned. Yeah, I'm a little out, but after work was HIIT classes, high intensity interval training, just, you know, staying in shape, and all that bullshit. This pen is way too powerful. Okay, because look, I got this pen, and it's almost out, but I gotta switch to something that's not so potent. I switched to a pen because my roommate has asthma, and I don't want to do her like that. That's not cool. So I switched to a pen. It's a vaporizer. No smell. You don't smell nothing. It's very discreet, in fact. But this fucking strain is 90% THC, which I was looking at in the dispensary and noticed that the ones of lower THC are same brand, same, like, you know, thing. They're all the same price. And I'm like, let's just go top shelf for, like, if they're all going to cost $40, like, let's, you know, climb our way to the top of Mount Nugmore. And, fucking get this strain. Little did I fucking know. Ugh. One hit of this pen just knocks me the fuck out. And I'm a lightweight. So 90%? Yeesh. Could smell colors. I hit this thing last night and just put me out. Put myself out. I slept in my jeans. I woke up in the middle of the night to take a shit. And I'm still in my fucking work clothes, and I fell asleep. Just one hit, just to take the edge off. You know, I used to not get, like, so fucking stoned. When I was smoking the flower, just like 2 hits of that, wonderful buzz. We can still be productive. We can still do things. We can still fucking go to work, work out, do a show, or do an open mic somewhere, and just be completely lit from the start. I can do that in short bursts, but 90%? Jesus Christ. It's that fucking wheelchair weed is what that is. You just get put out. Put right the fuck out. And my show went really well. Not this. This is a fucking piece of garbage. But my showcase at Flappers was fucking great. Crushed it. Felt really fucking good to just crush it. And I bought the footage. They charged like $30, but you know, whatever. There's I did new things and I need to look at it to see if can that joke be better? Why did this joke not work? Like really analyzing the fuck out of it and constantly keeping the sword sharp. But these shows I've been crushing it every time. So far. Oh, to bomb in a place like that would suck so much. And I've seen it, and it hurts, because I've bombed too, and I know what that feels like. Like, I'll cringe, but I'll keep watching just to see where it goes. That sounds kind of fucked up. The headliner was sick. Oh my god, she was so funny. Jenny Johnson. I'm not quite familiar with her work, but based on her credits, she, you know, looks to be someone of clout. And, like, not that that even fucking matters, but, you know, I would see someone that's next level celebrity type of shit, and I'm familiar with their work. I'll just not fucking talk to them at all. And if we make eye contact, it's all, oh, I really love your work. And because that's all I can fucking say. And talking to her was like, oh, this is a regular person. You know, had I done research about who the headliner is at my next show, you know, just to see who that person is, but then I would feel like I would be approaching them as a fan and not as a person. I don't know if that makes sense. But, you know, people that you aspire to have a similar career as and make a living off of it, you know, you're still a person that, like, breathes and eats like everybody else. And we just fucking, like, talked about the craft. And it's just, it really fucking, it's really eye-opening every show. And it wasn't even a packed show. And someone walked up to me and said, that was the best show I've ever seen here in a while. And I'm thinking, like, there's like 12 people. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I thought, oh man, that means everyone in that room had a good time. I'm not thinking of it as that, you know, I crushed it. I'm thinking it was like, I yearn for the big belly laugh from, say, 100 people. That would be, I don't know how I could fucking handle that until it happens. You know, it's a journey. I've only been doing stand-up, like, officially in, like, 6 months. So, what I mean by that is I started comedy when I was 14 at the Laugh Factory. My friend's dad was also an aspiring stand-up comedian. And the Laugh Factory was offering this youth comedy camp. And he was like, "You want to do this?" And I was like already interested in theater and acting. Like I'd already done like, fucking school plays and basic stage combat and shit like that. So I was like, yeah, I want to do it. I want to be on stage and perform. That is me, the actor. Yes, I'll do it. And he's like, oh, if you don't want to do it, if it's not for you, at least, it's fun to like practice public speaking. I signed up. My best friend signed up. His sisters signed up. Neither of which give a shit about stand-up comedy. Like, they enjoy it, but it's not like something they want to do. And we all took this 5-week course, and the guest each week was a guest comic that would come and basically teach us the fundamentals of what good stand-up comedy is, at least from one perspective, coming from a professional. I only remember 3 of them. It was Bob Saget, Tony Rock, and Lisa Ann Walter. Now, I remember her. The movie War of the Worlds had come out at the time, the shitty one with Tom Cruise, and she has this one scene where she's like trying to grab Tom Cruise's hand through a big crowd, and they get separated, and it's like kind of fucked up. And she mentioned that in like her opening intro. I don't even know. I don't know if it was in her act at the time. But where was I going? Yeah, she was one of those people, and lo and fucking behold, but by fate, as it were, I at the frozen yogurt shop, like her kid started working there, and cool kid, both of them, they're twins, and I remember like she walked in, and my coworker's like, "That's my mom." I'm like, "Huh? What?" Like, and I'm just looking at them both like to see if there's a resemblance. I'm like, "Man, I don't see it." And like I'm just looking at her completely thrown off. Like, I've seen you. We've met. Not like, oh fucking you've seen me in this kind of like a judgy kind of thing. But not like that. But I was just thinking, we've talked. Like you helped me like do stand up. And I don't know if she remembered that exact week, but she's like, oh yeah, I remember doing that before. Or whatever, and now like we're in like friends, I see her as like a mentor, but I have her contact because I think her kid didn't have like a working cell phone. I'm like, I need something, man. Like like how am I gonna reach you? You don't have an email, your phone doesn't work. How the fuck is this gonna work? And he's like, oh, and he like called, he like used my phone to call his mom. I'm like, oh, there she is. And I was like, okay, this is how I'm gonna reach you if you're fucking late or whatever. And this is like 12 years after being on fucking not doing it, and I saw it as like a sign. As like a fucking sign that like, hey, maybe I should jump into this again. Maybe I should. There it is. It's a sign right there that like, what a fucking coincidence. And there's other things, other synchronicities about stand up being a sign that I should pursue this and get on stage as much as humanly possible. Sorry if I'm a little sniffly. I'm not even crying. I'm just under the weather. I think my body's sort of starting to get tired and start to fucking collapse. I knew it was the fucking weed. See, I'm getting tired. I knew it was this fucking weed. I shouldn't have smoked this before doing this. This is a terrible podcast. This is awful. This is bad. And I'm not going to delete it. Yeah, my fucking face should be closer to the microphone when I'm talking into it. I'm like looking away and shit. Lose my fucking train of thought. Anyhow, this thing is gonna improve. I'm inspired to do it. So I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna keep doing it until I'm better at it. You know, not like just me talking alone at home with my thoughts. Oh boy. Let's tell a scary story, shall we? No, we're not going to do that. We reached about a quarter chub, not even climax, to jaking off. So we're going to stop jaking off and fucking not put my fucking clothes on the chair. Everybody has the chair. You know, that one fucking chair in the room where all your clothes go. That's unacceptable. That's just unacceptable. That shit needs to get put in the hamper where it fucking belongs. I will not accept this. I'm a pig. I'm a pig. All right. Signing off.